Hello, hello, hello. Facebook, family and friends, the world. Hope you're all doing well. First week of February. Looks like it's going to be another good month. Hope your day, your week is starting off well. Hope your February is starting off well. I have two birthdays this month. February 5th, I'll be celebrating 14 years of recovery. And on February 24th is my belly button birthday. So it's going to be a great month for myself. So good morning, Sylvia. How are you? Good to see you this morning. Another beautiful morning here in the desert. So I just posted my my link to the workshop website. March 14th, we have our communication workshop. It's for couples, it's for singles, it's for basically anybody, because communication skills are needed in every areas of our life. Kathy and I, in working with the couples, we work with the number one issue that we're seeing, in our opinion, is very, very poor communication skills, a lack of communication skills. And usually as they start working those communication skills out, whatever they might be, their marriage really starts to take a turn for the better. So, yeah, and like I say, as well as the marriage, we also need in a relationship with our fellow workers, our employees, and a real simple thing with the communication is people will come to us, and sometimes what people need to do is they just simply need to be heard, but they'll come to us and start talking, and we think we got to fix them. And that's not what a lot of people need. So that's one little simple thing, and there's a lot more to it. So, hey, Lang, good to see you. Alex, what's happening? So that's coming up March 14th. That's coming up March 14th from 10 to 2. And we're going to really start pushing it from now until the time of the workshop. Also, there's going to be a price for couples and a price for a single. If two of you want to sign up, whether you're a couple or not, it could be, a couple of good friends just want to sign up together. They can sign up for the couple's price. So it's just an incentive to get more people to sign up. But if you're going to sign up by yourself, that'll be a different price. And then if you go to the website, which I posted here in this feed, you can read about all the workshops, and at the bottom is all the information, the cost, and everything else. So feel free to take a look at that, okay? So I was out of town last week at a pastor's retreat, so I didn't actually, along with that, and then in talking with my life coach, I actually took a break from any of my work last week. Just too overwhelming. A lot's been happening, a lot on my plate. So I just decided to, along with her advice, decided just to chill last week period. So that's what I did. So I'm back this week. That's why I didn't do my live feed last week. I didn't even pull my computer out. I just sat back for 3 days, enjoyed the pastor's retreat, and got fed myself. So it felt good to do that. A lot of eye-opening stuff. So that's why I'm here this week and starting on chapter 9. I know we skipped the last part of chapter 8, but you can get my book and read more about getting clean in my book, Healing the Wounded Child Within. So today we're going to start on chapter 9, which is keeping secrets and silence. The secrets and silence, it's the death of a lot of people. Okay, it's the death of a lot of people. And I'll start off with, before I go into a quote that I have here. The secrets and lies start off real subtly and real innocently. And it's real simple. Let's just say I'm sitting at home Get off of work late in the afternoon. I'm at home. My son's here in the room. I'm talking at a younger age, right? I might be watching TV and drinking a beer. I don't drink now, but this was pre sobriety. And somebody knocks on the front door, and my son, anxiously runs to the front door, and I would sit there and tell him, hey, G-man, if that's Tom from next door, tell him I'm not home. Tell him I'm not home. But Dad, you're right here on the couch. I said, tell him I'm not home. But that's lying, Dad. Tell him I'm not home. Okay? So on one hand, we're telling our children not to lie, always speak the truth. But then on the other hand, we're teaching them how to lie and keep secrets. That's an innocent way, so to speak. That I think almost every parent does that at some point in time in their life. So that's more of an innocent thing, okay? So we're going to talk about a little bit different secrets and lies today, or secrets and silence today, okay? So I'm going to start with, again, this is chapter 9 of my book. I'm going to start with a quote by Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, as we know him. It says, anything that's human is mentionable. So anything that going on with us is worth mentioning, good, bad, or indifferent. And anything that is mentionable can be more manageable. So anything that is human is mentionable, and anything that is mentionable can be more manageable. So a lot of us keep on these secrets forever, and our life becomes unmanageable. Well, if we start talking about our secrets with people that we trust, then our life in that area will become more manageable. Okay, it's a real simple concept. When we can talk about our feelings, they become less overwhelming, less upsetting, and less scary. The people we trust with that important talk can help us know that we are not alone. Okay? For men, we're not supposed to talk about our feelings. We're supposed to suck it up, figure it out. Don't talk about, don't show your emotions, don't show your feelings. That's what society has taught us from knee high on up. And some women get the same thing. But I'll go into the little thing about, well, why is it okay for women to show their feelings and emotions, but not for men? Because the reality is that we are all made in the image of God. So we all have the same spirit of God. Our bodies are male and female. And those bodies are given to us for the spirit of God to live within us. That when we die, the bodies stay here, but our spirit goes. So tell me why it's okay for women to talk about their feelings and emotions, but it's not okay for us. Okay? It's not okay for us. We have the same feelings and emotions that women do as men. If somebody pinches us, it hurts just as bad as when we pinch a woman. When somebody dies, our heart is crushed. Those feelings are real. That emotion is real. Those are God-given emotions. But we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to be strong. Don't show our emotions. Why? Somebody can tell me why. I'd love to listen to you, but they're real. But keeping those feelings secret, again, I speak on the behalf of men, and I know a lot of this is also in women, is what keeps men broke. They don't think they're broke because maybe they got all the wealth in the world. They got everything on the outside looking pretty, but on the inside, they're crushed. But don't let anybody know that part of you, because if you do, they might not do business with you, won't have anything to do with you. They might think you're weird. They might think you're gay. I can go on and on and on. And the reality is, like I tell everybody, okay, it takes only a weak man hides his weaknesses. It takes a truly strong and courageous man to talk about his weaknesses. Okay? On a personal level, our secret keeping perpetrates the feeling that the child has done something wrong when they've been abused. I can't tell anybody because it was wrong. And when boys, probably more than any other demographic, but when boys are sexually abused, we are unfairly stigmatized by society. All right? They'll get over it. They're men. Part of growing up. Don't worry about it. They'll be fine. I mean, I've heard therapists say that. I've heard law enforcement say that. I've heard pastors say that. A multitude of people. They'll get over it. It's just part of growing up. They'll learn how to deal with it. I'll tell you something. Dealing with it's going over it. Dealing with it's going around it. In order to get over it, you can't go over it. In order to heal from it, you have to walk through it. You have to peel off everything, and you have to walk right through the pain and the shame with somebody that has been there and somebody that can walk you through it so that you can heal from it, so that you don't get stuck in it. Okay? Dealing with it is not healing it. Dealing with it is not healing it. It will not heal. You have to work through it. Without exception, men that have been sexually abused as children, okay, and even as young adults, it happens, okay, they carry such a deep sense of unworthiness, a deep sense of shame and unworthiness within their soul. I know I felt somehow that I was tainted, I was dirty. Kathy's the first person that I ever told about my abuse before we got married, because my first marriage was destroyed by the secret I carried into the marriage. And thank God I told Kathy. Because in 2004, when I had the affair, the only thing Kathy did wrong is she loved me unconditionally. But because I thought, or I felt that I was so dirty and tainted on the inside, contrary to all the evidence in my life, I just knew that Kathy was going to bail on me sooner or later, which there was no proof of that. There was no evidence that that was even in the making. But my belief that I was so dirty and tainted, I didn't deserve somebody like Kathy who loved me so much that she was willing to walk through this journey with me, because everybody else in my life, not everybody, but a lot of the people that mattered, turned their back on me. Okay. So we carry around those, because it's a secret. We can't tell nobody. Right. So the thought virus that's going around about male sexual abuse is unfair. It's untrue. It's deeply painful, and it can be reinforced. Right? It's deeply painful. I mean, I'm 14 years into my recovery this Wednesday. I probably more like 16 years in my recovery, 14 years in sobriety. And I talk about it now, not from a painful place. I carry the pain of other men that I work with, and with the voiceless men that are out there that have no voice, that feel they have no voice, that nobody cares about. Okay. I'm trying to break that stigma that you have to keep it a secret. Why? It's enforced by the abuse, because it is reinforced by the idea that the abuse needs to be kept a secret. It's so reinforced. And how's it reinforced? Don't tell nobody, this is our little secret, was what I got. And then along with that is I was being bribed. Our Christmas has had more Christmas presents around the tree than in 1 year than I've had it, the most kids get in their lifetime. I was bribed by the way of, hey, let's go down to the liquor store. I'll let you drive the car. And there was stuff waiting at the liquor store for me when I got down there. There was a lot of bribery, a lot of bribery that went in. And it was my secret, so I belonged to the secret club. Why are they going to keep it a secret? Because if you tell anybody, we're going to kill your favorite pet dog, we're going to hurt your sister, we're going to hurt your family. So perpetrators are master manipulators, okay, and deceivers. They walk in the public eye as though they are the best people on the earth. People, literally, when my stepfather died, the people that were in his life literally worshiped the ground he walked on. And to those people, he was exactly that. But to the rest of us that he had molested, and there was plenty of them, plenty of us, he wasn't that. So they walk around and people don't want to believe you. So why would you say anything? There's a definition of sexual abuse that I really found most beneficial, and it applies to any kind of abuse, but especially in the healing process. And it comes from the author Judith Lewis Herman. Judith Lewis Herman. She wrote this: any touch or other behavior between the child and adult which must be kept a secret will be considered abuse. Read it again. Any touch or behavior between the child and adult which must be kept secret will be considered abuse. So what I thought, what about the good secrets? There has to be good secrets, right? Every child has a good secret, they're told. Probably every child has some kind of a secret regarding contact with an adult. All right. But when I thought about it more and applied her definition to my own life, this is what I thought. This is the thought that came to me. If there was nothing wrong with what Jack was doing to me, why couldn't I tell my mom? If there was nothing wrong with all the physical abuse, why did I have to keep it a secret? It makes it pretty clear the way Judith Lewis Herman puts that quote. Why does it have to be a secret if it's hurting me? It's definitely not benefiting me. And the more I talked to survivors, the more I found out that we all had this one thing in common, and it was this thread of the secret keeping. So what about some good secrets? Okay, good versus bad. Well, according to the Kids Safe Foundation, a good secret is something that feels good to know and has a time limit. At some point, a good secret won't be secret anymore. Now, it makes it pretty clear. Common examples of good secrets are surprise gifts or parties. The one I like to use, we're going to take Johnny to Disneyland next Saturday for his birthday. So I'll tell Johnny's older brother, hey, we're going to take Johnny to the Disneyland next Saturday for his birthday, but don't say nothing to him. We'll let him know when we wake up on Saturday morning, when we get ready to go. But don't say nothing to him. We want it to be a surprise. It's a good secret. It's got an ending, and they're going to tell him what it is. Okay? And surprise gifts, that's another thing. You all take a gift and it's wrapped. Bad secrets make you feel anxious, scared, confused, or shamed. Without question, all secrets involving abuse are bad. All secrets involving abuse are bad. You get slapped across the face by your mom or dad. That's abuse. That's abuse. Keeping it a secret, you're lying for your parents. Okay? Now, the other reason a lot of times what will happen on these secrets and lies is that we realize, and this is at a subconscious level, we're not going around thinking this. But at a subconscious level, it's like if I say anything to anybody about what's happening in my home, I tried to tell a police officer and he just blew it off. Like, I don't care what's happening. You stay in your bedroom until you're 18 and that's what they tell you to do. But even deeper than that is the fact that if I say something and something happens to my mother or my father, or in this case, my stepfather, who's going to put a roof over my head? Where am I going to get my food? How am I going to survive? When you're a young child, these are pretty serious questions. And that's enough to keep children from saying anything. But the thing of it is that we need to say something for the sake of the child, A, and for the sake of the family, B, because just because it's happening doesn't mean it has to continue to happen. They're generational curses, and I've been talking about this for 10 or 12 years, the generational curses that's handed down from generation to generation. It's something we talked about last week with Pastor Obed in our pastor's retreat. We can stop it. Just because it happened to you doesn't mean it has to continue happening. You have the power, with God's help, to break that generational curse. With God's help and with a good mentor that can walk you through the process. It's what happened to me. I had it. My kids say, "Dad, you weren't a bad father. You just had some problems, that you had to deal with." And I had these mentors that showed me how it was to be a good person, because I quit holding on to secrets. Okay. One of the saddest facts about child sexual abuse is that most every abused child, especially in cases of incest, is manipulated into staying silent. And I kind of talked about that a minute ago. We're either threatened or we're cajoled through victims or misrepresent the abuse in order to keep their crime a secret. So perpetrators threaten or cajole their victims or misrepresent the abuse in order to keep their crime a secret. In my case, right, he misrepresented what he was doing. This is our little secret. This is just, I'm going to be there for you. I know how hard it is with, your dad just died. You're not going to have a father to look up to. I'm going to take that person's place. Yeah, he took it all right. He took a lot away from me. Somewhere along the line, though, we switched from thinking that the abuse is the perpetrator's secret, and we believe that it's our secret, that we're the responsible ones, that we're to blame. Right, we're to blame. If I'd have been better, if I'd just been a better student, if I would have done this different, if I would have done that different. We believe that we're either evil, we're bad and dirty, so the abuse must be in some way be our own fault. So I must have done something wrong. I mean, why am I getting beat? My brother wasn't. Why am I being sexually abused and my brother wasn't? Why am I being all these things and all my friends aren't? Well, we're all carrying the same secret, because what I found out was through Facebook, hooking up with some high school friends over the years. A lot of them were out on the football field smoking weed because they were trying to drown the same emotions and feelings I was, and we just weren't talking about it. We got to remember, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 boys, statistically, are sexually abused before the age of 18. And I'm sitting here and I'll tell you, it's more like 1 in 2 straight across the board. Okay. So what happens is, hey, Catherine, what happens is these beliefs in our young years, our teenage years, they just take a deep hold in the psyche of who we are, and we really start believing all this stuff, and we carry it into our adult years, right? And as we're carrying it into our adult years, it just keeps on festering and festering. And then a lot of times what we're doing is we're hanging out with people that got all the same issues that we do, but they're not talking about it either, but we're all in the same groove of life together. A lot of abuse victims are very successful people. It drives them to be successful. A lot of we're very successful. We turn on alcoholics and that. It goes on and on and on and on. All we're doing is covering up every way we can the secrets that we've been carrying around for years. So here's some of the most common threads, the most common threats and manipulations that sexual abusers use on their victims, okay? 1, don't tell or I'll hurt you and your family. And I talked about that a minute ago. Hey, Adam, good to see you. Yes, I have a cold. Yeah, I do. And I hate it. So sorry about the sniffles, guys. Thanks for reminding me. I don't even know where I'm doing it, but I do have a cold, so that's why I'm sniffling. So don't tell, or I will hurt you and your family. You can't tell because no one will believe you. All right, they ain't gonna believe you. The first example I have of that is my stepfather was in a rage tearing apart our house when I was 12 years old. And I ran up and down the street, trying to knocking on doors, trying to get somebody to call the police, and all I did was get doors slammed in my face. So I learned real early, nobody's going to listen to me. Who wants to listen to me? We can be special friends, but you have to keep it a secret. If you tell, people will know you're bad. People might think that you're gay. You deserved it, right? If you're not gay, they're going to think you're gay. I mean, it's a joke. It's an insidious stigma that just is ruining the men of today's society and the women of today's society as well, okay? Whether the perpetrator threatens physical harm or twists the abuse, which happens often, into some kind of special favor, in both cases, the abuser tends to be highly skilled, and they are very highly skilled at making the victim feel complicit in the abuse via secret keeping. I have heard stories of priests telling therapists, oh, well, he turned me on and he caused me to abuse him. How can a boy cause a grown man to abuse anybody? It's the stories I have heard is absolutely pathetic. We don't really see the poison that their manipulation is as children. We don't understand it. I know for myself, I did feel something was wrong, but I didn't understand it. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized what he was doing to me was wrong. And it took a long time for me to really grasp the fact that it was wrong. It's such a dark secret that so many of these people will take all this stuff to their grave. And it's sad because they deserve to have a happy life. And whether you're 15 or whether you're 20, 30, 50 or 60, it doesn't matter. You can have a better life just by releasing this stuff and being willing to really work and to work to change your thinking. It's all just a matter of changing your thinking and believing, the lies that were told to you as children. Who's telling you what we're going to hear them in our mind as adults? Well, who's telling you those lies? And are they really true? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with people that are feeding into that lie? Or are you surrounding yourself with people that are saying, hey, man, you're enough, bud. You're good. We love you no matter what. There's a lot that goes into this. It's like, just who are you hanging out with? That's a big part of it. Here's the problem that's, excuse me for a minute. Here's one of the major, especially with men, problems. And this is probably the most devastating and the hardest secret that a man holds on to. And I will tell you this. Why do I know that? Well, I've talked to several men about what I'm going to tell you here in a minute. But one of them, after just saying, okay, that's it, I'm going to come out, I'm just going to say it. And he said it in a very safe group, okay, in a very safe group. He told the story. And that night he went home, and I'll tell you what it is in a minute, but that night he went home, wrote a suicide letter, and checked himself into mental health, Oasis Mental Health out here in Indio, California. Now he's okay, he didn't do anything, went to mental health, and it's actually a guy that I sponsored, and he's actually living a really good life right now with his wife. He's a great guy. They're just enjoying life, okay? And it's even when this is brought up, it's even a feeling that when men talk about it, there was a clinical director at a big facility out here, which I won't name, that couldn't answer his question. And it actually Actually, she went on and she ignored his question and asked somebody else a question. It was just and this clinician was at the top of the clinical ladder that you can be. And it's just simply this. Well, I enjoyed the way it felt. It felt good. You know how many men carry that secret around? And what they feel is, I enjoyed it, so I must have wanted it. I must have been complicit in the abuse because I enjoyed it. Well, you know, maybe you did want it a little bit, but it doesn't matter because you were a child, even a young teenager, whatever it was, and they are the adults. And the adult crossed the line by law, by spiritual law, by law of the land, that they should have never crossed. Okay? You can't avoid the way that feels. God created us in such a way that our physiological self, that when we're touched in certain areas in a certain way, our body is not going, oh, that guy's raping me. Oh, I'm being molested. All they feel is the stimulation. All the body feels is the stimulation. Okay? So that needs to be said. And not only does it need to be said, if it's ever said, whoever, you know, anybody's watching this, if that is ever said to you, please just tell them, what are you supposed to do? Because your body is built, and God created your body in a certain way to feel certain things when they're touched. Don't condemn them. Or maybe just sit there and listen to them and tell them they're okay. Tell them they're okay. Try not to fix that part, because that's a very, very touchy secret that a lot of men hold on to forever. And I know some women have held on to those secrets too. Okay? I know some women have as well. So there's a lot that goes into these secrets of silence. Some victims do seek out attention from their abuser. Okay? But that doesn't mean that they're responsible for what an adult chooses to do. If you have an absentee father, I don't want to say fatherless because we all have fathers, but if you have an absentee father and you got somebody taking care of you, taking you camping, playing baseball with you, showing you, remember that a perpetrator will groom you for a period of up to 5 years, right? And what does grooming look like? Well, don't have a dad around. They take you to the baseball games. They're there for your award ceremony. After a game, they'll take you out to ice cream. They'll take you fishing. They'll take you camping. There's a lot that goes on. So they're craving that attention of an absentee father or absentee mother, right? Either or both. So they don't want to do anything. It's like my father died in a month when I was 12, and a month after that is when the abuse started in my life. I didn't want to do anything to lose another man that was supposed to be showing me love and be a father figure to me a month after my real dad died. I needed that attention in my life. So yeah, sometimes we're seeking the attentions of the abusers, but it doesn't mean we want to be abused. Because you got to remember that a child can never, ever give consent. I don't care what fool tries to tell you different. A child can never give a consent. Only adults can do that. For an adult, they can't consent for a minor to be raped or molested. Because remember that children were literally dependent on the approval and care of the adults in our life, okay? So if you're one of those, right, one of the many that might have sought the attention from a perpetrator, then you're not alone. You're just like many of us. I mean, I kept going to the liquor store with my stepfather thinking I was going to be able to drive this car around the valley to get time in, even though after the liquor store I was being molested. But my thought was, well, this time we'll be able to drive. this time I'll be able to do what he tells me he's going to do until I finally figure it out. I said, I'm not going to do it no more. Okay. So that's just the start of chapter 9. Next week I will continue chapter 9, Secrets of Silence, part 2. Let me make sure I'm not. I think I'm here next Monday. Yeah, next Monday at 11 o'clock, I'll be back on Secrets of Silence part 2. Please check out my life coaching website, changeyourlifestorynow.com, changeyourlifestorynow.com. Kathy and I, as I mentioned, we are SIMBA certified. I'm SIMBA certified. We're doing it together. It is a questionnaire that if you're interested in it, just contact me and I will give you the cost for it. It's a questionnaire you do with your spouse, but you do it separately. You don't look at each other's answers. And it's not so much a psychological questionnaire as it is just an everyday questionnaire. And what it does is it really aligns the two of you, lets you see where each other's at in life, how you look at different aspects of life moving forward. So Simmons is saving your marriage before it starts, but Kathy and I did it. We have a lot of couples doing it. Not a lot of couples, a lot of marriage people that are doing it as well. And it's really helping them out to see a lot of different things they were unaware of. So Kathy and I do the marriage counseling. I work with addiction, and Kathy will work with the women. Of course, abuse is my expertise. I like working with the abuse survivors, inner healing, and the spiritual abuse. So just go to Change Your Life Story Now, fill out the contact form. Usually within 4 hours, I'll get back to you, see how I can help you and set up an appointment with you. So don't wait. Go sign up today. You deserve it. We all have hurts, habits, and hangups that we need to work on. Remember my book, Healing the Wounded Child Within. It's on Amazon. It's on paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. Visit our website, courageoushealers.org, courageoushealers.org. You can see everything that's going on and what we do. And then at the top of this feed, in the comment box, I left the direct link to the workshop page on my website. So if you want to know about our website, you can go there. I'll go over those in just a minute. Also on the courageoushealers.org, if you'd like to make a one-time donation or be a monthly contributor, visit our website and click on the Donate Now tab. We are a 501c3 foundation, so all your contributions are tax deductible. And again, all your taxes go to thanks, Catherine. All your contributions go directly to the foundation. I receive none of it. My wife receives none of it. It stays in the foundation to help build these programs and workshops that we're doing, and so on and so forth, and help get us closer to the goal of getting a facility. So we appreciate, even if it's $10 a month. A bunch of people at $10 a month is great. I mean, we don't need big money. We like it, but you know what? $5, $10, whatever it is, it all helps. It's all going to the same kitty. So we really appreciate that. And if you donate over $60, I'll send you a signed copy of my book, Healing the Wounded Child Within, and a copy of my 30-day devotional to wholeness. And then on the workshops, March 20th, like I said, or March 14th, is our personal communication workshop. And then on June 13th, we have a journey to you. That's going to go a little deep. It'll find out. It will go into those generational curses a little bit on that and how you can break those free. Then we'll talk more about secrets and silence. And the final one will be that'll be on September 12th. And then December 5th will be on forgiveness. December 5th will be on forgiveness. So check out my website, click on the conference link I gave you. You can sign up for the conference. There's a link right on the webpage. It's one-stop shop. Just go in there, fill out your information, and it's done. Okay. I think that's it for today. Appreciate you guys all joining in today. Remember that if nobody tells you they love you today, Randy does, but more importantly, God does. Everybody be blessed. Have a super, super good week. Love y'all. Bye.